Miss Errum, we are live.
Thank you, Ms. Kanvi. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon from wherever you're joining us. Today, we are exploring a topic that sits at the heart of the modern research work: how to think, organize, and build insights that with the support of AI. Our session today is entitled Thinking with AI, Organizing and Drafting Insights in Notebook LM and Napkin.ai. And it's designed to help you work smarter, not harder as you move through complex information. It's my pleasure to introduce our speaker again, Ms. Sanaa Ilyas, with over 13 years of experience across Pakistan, leading universities and extensive work in AI-powered educators training. Ms. Sana has been at the forefront of integrating technology and learning into research. I am Errum Ahmed, Head of Research and Policy Development at Ascension, and I'll be the moderator of today's session. Thank you for joining. Let's begin our session.
Hello, everyone. It is again good to be back with another webinar and last of our series related to how AI can be utilized in the research process. And I hope so the earlier two sessions has helped you with the process with respect to how smart prompting can help you get the answers, and along with that, yesterday's session with respect to literature review. This session is also building on to that component. Over the last two sessions, we have explored smarter searching, prompting, and we have learned how to use AI to find relevant literature. We have looked at how that aspect can help us with respect to finding insights, getting a bird's eye view of what the literature says, finding related papers as well if you know a seminal paper in your work, and engage with AI as a thought partner in for refining your questions as well, and also help it maybe become your reviewer and somebody who critiques your work. Today we move on to the third series, to the third part of the series, which, and honestly, I think so. This is one of the most transformative ones with respect to our work, and that has to do with thinking with AI. And how is it that we can basically do that? Now, thinking with AI basically means that using it to organize your ideas, helping work with it to synthesize your information, and then drafting your insights as well. Because not is it's not just about getting the information, but it's just about that. Most of us, as you would know, that okay, even before AI, the struggle was not about finding information only. We were able to at times find the information. You would go on Google Scholar uh, or any of the other platforms and then find the information that is possible. Now with AI in play, that has become, and that challenge has become even more difficult in a way that now we have more information at hand. But the problem is that okay, I have 20 PDFs, I have 30 PDFs. Okay, now what do I do? How is it that I find information from there? What are the what? How is it that I can map the information? I read so much, but how do I connect the information that is there? And a lot of times, if you're somebody like me who's not only writing information, but I also tend to send myself voice notes as well. While maybe I'm on the way, I'm commuting back, I am about to fall asleep, and there's an idea that pops up in mind. And then instead of writing it down, I may send myself a voice note. Um, how do I organize my ideas like that in a way that clearly leads me to find the argument, to find the central connections that I cannot see otherwise? And how do I synthesize instead of just summarizing information? That is where AI can definitely, that is where AI definitely can help us. What thinking with AI basically actually means is that it's helping you, that AI can help you with organizing and clustering information, comparing and synthesizing information. If you have a data set at hand, if you have multiple sets of information at hand, what is it that you can do? And then also generating drafts and of the insights that you have. You're able to identify patterns that are present and then start working towards what your analysis basically says. Because you'll be able to write a good analysis once you have an understanding of the information that you have. And same goes for the literature review as well. You have found the information, but then you need to find something more with respect to the data that is, or the information that is present within that text. So that is what you are. That is what you can definitely work towards. It can also help you look at different contradictions. Maybe we went with a certain preconceived notions in mind, but then what are the other information that your data is providing you? And then you can now see those insights that are there. And it's also about extracting themes or frameworks. And today's tools, I'm going to do a hands-on demo as I usually do, and one of my best favorite ways of showcasing things. And I think so you guys are going to love that. So AI in this way is going to become, again, your thought partner, augmentation of your thought process and your mental workspace. That, okay, finding different information, writing things down, figuring out, okay, what's ongoing. And it helps you move from raw information to meaningful interpretation. So the gap basically, before I move to Notebook LM, I do want to talk about the traditional note taking within Word, within Notion, Google Documents are great, but they rely on at times on us to do all of the classification. We do that, we write the information, and at times we're like, okay, we now have 20 to 30 documents. What do I do now? How is it that I figure out, okay, what are the points and the cross connections there? And if you have worked on research before, you would have multiple drafts of information. You'll have an initial idea, okay, and then file names and conventions are also different. So what do you do in that case? So Notebook LM and Napkin AI that I'm going to show you today are definitely going to help you read the resources with you. Um, they're going to help you develop better connections with things. They're going to help you with insights that you can miss out on, and they can help you build on the early draft of information that you have available. And most importantly, they can help you with gaining more clarity and reduce your cognitive load. So the first tool that I'm going to show you is Notebook LM. This is by Google. It is free. One of the best ones out there in the market at the moment, and it keeps on evolving. Now, the Notebook LM team just rolled out a couple of new features. If somebody had attended one of my earlier workshops that I did with Women Ascension, I showed the tool then as well, but there are a few new features that have come in even now. This is one of those tools that I highly recommend to my students as well, and then showcase the demo in my classrooms too. That, okay, this is how it can work within their research process, within their learning process, not only the research process but also learning as well, and something that I also use. Why Notebook LM? Because Notebook LM isn't just a chatbot. It's not like your other platforms. It is not like ChatGPT or any other. It stays within the sources that you're going to provide them. And just because it stays within the sources that you provide it with, it reduces the hallucination. It's not going to end up creating information that isn't there. It helps you build insights about directly from the literature that or the information that you're providing it. And it can definitely work extremely well as your personal assistant. So I'm going to show you multiple features today. And if you would want, why not work with me along the way so you enjoy the process and then you get to understand that, okay, what's ongoing. So I'm going to show you, okay, let me open up Notebook LM. Now, okay, this is where the tab is because when you have so many tabs opened up. Okay. Um, Notebook LM, you have a Gmail account. It's always you would have that. You would have that present at your end. How you can find Notebook LM? Two ways of doing that. Um, You can go with your profile name, there's a waffle there, and then when you scroll down, you'll find Notebook LM here. Click it, and Notebook LM is going to open up. If you are unable to find Notebook LM in there, so the thing is that just type Notebook LM .google.com, and then you'll be able to open up Notebook LM at your end. Now this is how basically the platform is going to look like. And what it is going to do is there are some featured notebooks by Google, by the platform itself. You click featured notebooks, and then they have different notebooks developed for you. You want to explore something, you just open it up and then see what is it that they have created for you. That gives you a very good insight with respect to the information that is present. And along with that, not only this, you can even chat with the sources. You can pick up one information from there and start chatting. So you will be able to again chat with the information that is it. This is a notebook that they have created. Now you come back, you can see the featured notebooks, and then you can see all of my notebooks as well. Now, the best thing about the notebook basically is that there are multiple things that you can do with it. Now, you click new notebook, and this is what opens up. You are going to choose the source that you want to provide it. With respect to the file types that it supports, it is going to support a PDF, .txt file, a markdown file, docx. There are different types of files that are given here. Now, as I was saying earlier, that okay, sometimes if I want to think out loud, I send myself voice notes, and then it also supports the MP3 format. So you can upload your voice notes here and then see, okay, what is ongoing, what is there. Now you want to upload a source, and there are multiple types of sources that you can upload. Now, I was just working on a file earlier, and I want to show you one more thing here. You scroll below. If you have similar files in your Google Drive, you can work with that as well. You can add in the link of a website. You can add in a YouTube video, and you can add a copied text as well. Just think about the possibilities that are present at your end. Now, with respect to website, always keep in mind that it is not going to pick up information from a website that is behind a paywall. Now, that is websites like Harvard Business Review, the Harvard Business Review, The Economist, anywhere you would have to pay to gain access to information. You may not be able to find information from, or it may not be able to pick information. So, good idea is that you really like an article, just copy paste the text or download it as PDF. It's going to easily pick up information from there. Now, because I have a pro account, my source limit is 300. You would have a source limit of 50, and believe me, even 50 is more than enough. Even in my free accounts, I've never uploaded more than 20 insights there, because again, a better idea is to go ahead with information that can help, go ahead with sources that can help me figure out what is the information there. So you are able to do that. Not only that, but you can also discover sources. Now you have an idea in mind, and then you're like, okay, I want to see what are the possibilities there. So what you do is you come here, you write in information with respect to, for example, I'm writing AI uh, and the future trends. And the thing is that it is going to search sources from the internet, and it can also search sources from your drive. And a new feature that has opened up is related to fast research for quick results and deep research. This is going to be more in depth and can even figure out, and then can even find out more information, and can even find out more information from there. So maybe I'll click both for you guys. Fast research. I'm going to click that one there. That okay, give me fast research, and then and it's going to search for different websites. I'll do the same for maybe for deep research as well. So you give you an idea as to what is there. Now I uploaded my source here, and look, the fast research is there. It gave me 7 sources, and I can select what are the sources that I like. If I feel like that, okay, I don't want a source, I can. These are the different sources. If I don't like a source, I can unclick from there. And how about I don't want this. Top 10. Okay. The rest, okay, I don't even like this report that is there. Wonderful. And I'm going to just import the rest of the information. If I've read the information, that is even better, but just to showcase it to you guys that, okay, this is one of the possibilities that is there. Now, when I click on any of the source, this is a source guide that it is going to give to me that, okay, a brief overview with respect to what that information states. And then this is basically, I can chat with the information here. Now, do keep in mind any chat that happens with a certain source that is present here, that does not stay saved. Similar to what happens with ChatGPT or what can happen in any of the other LLMs, because this is not particularly that. But if you really like a certain insight and you want to save it, just click Save to Note, and it is going to create your note for you. Now I'm just going to again select this information, and you would see that, okay, here in the chat section, you can chat with your source. Now, if you remember in SciSpace, I did talk about yesterday that there are limitations if you want to talk to your text. You want to talk to your research paper. Here, that is not the case. There is no limitation there. You want to ask about that, okay, for example, how many jobs will AI create? Okay, this is a generic question that was present there, and I've just only selected one source here. It's giving me information, and when I click on this 1, 2, 3, it will also give me where that particular information in my source is present. I can also configure my notebook. You click here and then define your conversational goal. I want it as a learning guide. Choose your response length. If you're somebody who likes short, crisp answer, go ahead with something shorter. You can select something customized as well. Respond to, for example, you are a bachelor's level student, you want critical insights, you want what is it that you would like, it can help you with that. So these are just the relatively some new developments that have taken place, and these are really very good. You want a longer answer, you want a shorter answer, you want a default one. So that is what it is going to do for you. And for every notebook that is present, you can set the style accordingly. Okay. Um, okay. Oh, it does say that, okay, now it saves the chat history. Earlier, this didn't used to be here. Okay, again, a new one. Um, which uh soft are soft skills going to be? Okay, let's see that if that is information is there. Now, do keep in mind that it is only going to answer you your information based on the source that if you have provided. If your source does not have that particular information, and it is not going to provide you with that. Now, on the right hand side, you would see that there is this whole studio there. There is a whole studio here. And along with that, you would see that, okay, add note. Now, while you're working with something, and then you're like, okay, I want to add in a note related to soft skills and in the future. I can write my notes that, okay, they are will be important. For example, critical thinking, communication skills. And then I can save these along the way. And I can also add in the date that, okay, I was working on it on 22nd November. So I know what's ongoing. Okay. Um, This is how the notes are saved. You can also create a mind map. You can also create an audio overview. Now, within the audio overview, these are at the moment, these are the four formats that are available a deep dive. If you want to have a conversation with if you want to have a conversation with the source, then that's a deep dive that you do. You want to have a brief overview, you can do that. You want it to critique that what is there, you want to have it as a debate, that is also possible. For example, I want to start off with something brief. What is your target language? It now supports multiple languages as well. And then you can also give the AI host a focus as well. You're working with the research report, you're working with literature review, you wanted to focus on the methodology, you wanted to focus on what are the results there, what is it that different participants said, or you wanted to focus just on what the literature review of that particular research report states, you can have it focus on that. What search skills will be relevant, and you can even talk to it that okay, you can give it the audience. Again, if you remember the prompting techniques that I discussed with you, that is, the more specific you guys are, the better results you're going to get. Then the reports here. There are four basic type of reports that it can generate for you: a briefing document, a study guide, and then based on the source that you have, the suggested formats are also going to be there. Maybe I want to do a policy proposal, and once it's there, I want it to do a briefing document as well. It can also create flashcards for you. You're studying something and you want to remember a few you come across new concepts. You're like, oh, I want to remember what's the name of these concepts, or I want to test myself whether or not do I remember what these researchers have said about. And then you can give it fewer number, a standard. I think so in standard you have 50 plus cards. More level of difficulty, you can start off from easy, medium, and hard, and then you can ask it to create those flashcards. I'm just going to generate these. You can quiz yourself as well. These are the two new features that have popped up, the infographic one and the slide deck. Infographic originally was in Gemini learning mode, that did a really, really good job even there as well. But I've been impressed with what it is able to do in Notebook LM. You can again give it, you can actually give it, you want to choose the orientation, what type of detail is it there. Again, choose a language. I've tested it out in English. I would love if you guys test it out in any other language as well and let me know how that goes for you, the slide deck as well. And then the video overview. Now, within the video overview, there is an explainer, there is a brief one as well. For example, you want a 2 to 3 minute video, and then you can select a classic style, or maybe I would want to go ahead with a retro. Okay, let's go ahead with something that is anime based. I won't give, if I want to give it a focus, for example, video in conversational tone for grade 4 students about why, what skills. And again, it's going to create that information based on the source that is there. If I had picked up a different source, again, it's going to pick up information. It's going to pick up my information from there. Now you would see that it has created the mind map based on that one source. If I would have picked up other sources as well, it would have picked up others as well. So AI's impact on the labor market, because this is the source, I'm going to open it up. where this is, it means that these nodes open up even more job creation and transformation. What does it say? 69 million new jobs predicted. Okay, it's talking about economic growth and innovation. What does that mean? Improving job quality. Now, if you're a visual learner, this is something that is definitely going to help you with your work process as well. So this is what this is basically what Notebook LMs the mind map feature can do. You can download it as well, and then it has created for me the reports as well. Now I open up the report and I just want to show you that what the briefing document is doing, and it's based on two sources. You can see what is the source. You can look at the prompt as well. That okay, what is the prompt on the basis of which it developed that information, what are the key aspects that are there. You can give it feedback, but again, if you know what is present in the resource, then you can cross verify it and see what is the information that is present there. I go back, I had also asked it to create a policy proposal for me, and then you can read the policy proposal, understand it, and then based on the policy proposal that is there, you can have a look at how you can develop something of your own as well. That okay, oh, this is an interesting insight that's present, how can I work with that? You can copy the content with formatting. You can into your own note as add it into your own note as well. It takes a bit of time with respect to creating a video overview and also with the infographic in the slides as well, because these are more text heavy. But these are more visual heavy. And this is basically what is there. But I think so just because I have my earbuds on, it will not, if even if I play the audio is there. Um, okay, I'm going to show you one video to show you okay how the audio component particularly works out. So this is how all in all the Notebook LM is. The wonderful thing about Notebook LM again is you can share it with other people as well. Now you're working with, you have a collaborator, you have a supervisor, you're working in a team and devising a policy, working on anything. And this is something that can help you with that. That can definitely help you with that process. And it's not just about that, okay, with other tools at times we think about and we get to understand that, okay, they are not multilingual. They only support things in English. You can test it out. You can experiment with it with respect to your own language as well. Now, let me go back and show you one more thing with respect to, okay, because I said I'm going to show you the flashcards. This is how the this is how the flashcards basically look like. Now, if you're reading something, you want to understand that, okay, what are the basic insights of your work? You click it, you see the answer, you can download it as well. So this is what the flashcards are going to look like. You can again change the name as well. Up to you how you guys go ahead with that. Then there is this quiz. These are MCQ based quiz. If you want to understand, have a look at your own understanding of the sources that are there. This is fabulous with respect to that. Again, you can set up your, for example, you come here, you can set up the difficulty level, the type of quiz that you would require there. It can create those. It can definitely create those. It can create those for you. Now, this is how the infographic basically is going to look like. Uh, it is really good with respect to the text-based component, because in earlier we have seen with respect to image generation that there have been a lot of mistakes that it has made. So yes, there could be a possibility of mistakes, but I've not seen it make as many mistakes within the text with respect to spellings that I've seen earlier. So this is the generic. I did not give it any custom prompt. This is just based on the information and the source that it had present. Now, if you have data, And it's not just for reports that you found otherwise. If you have some data available at your hand, you can also do a data analysis within that. Earlier, I was testing something out and I was like, okay, let me get some raw data and then try to figure out what that data particularly states. And I've got a data set. And or based on that data set, this is the I got. So based on this data set, I got these slides really very good. I usually am not a fan of AI generated slides, but it did a really good job there. So have a look at this, the infographic that it produced. So pretty good job there. So you want to get an overview, and this is raw data. And if I show you how that particular raw data, this is how the raw data looks like. It's just consider that a survey that has been filled up. And this is how the information is. I got it as a CVS file, I converted it into PDF, and then I just updated the information. I updated the information here. I wanted to show you a video that okay, how basically the video looks like. Let's see if I have a video here. Yeah, I have one video here. You may not be able to hear it, but okay, let's have a look at what's there. So you can see what the work. This is how the video, this is how the video actually appears like. So if you're a visual learner, this is how something is going to appear for you. Again, this is based on my this is based on the source that I had provided. You can download it again. You can share it as well. So these are the really very good things about Notebook LM. Now you would see one more thing here. There is the interactive mode. There is the interactive mode here, and you can interact with a chat. You can interact with the text as well. Let me just showcase one video that I created for you guys to show you how the interactive mode works like. Give me just a second. Okay. But okay. Okay. Do let me know if you're able to hear the audio for this particular video.
So the
Because,
feature
okay, just with a thumbs up.
that I wanted to show you was that how you can also interact with an audio. And that can happen when you see that when you generate an audio, and this is the sign of interactive
Errum, is the video audible?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay, perfect, perfect.
mode that is present. You play the audio, and for that, you also need to click the interactive mode that is present, play the audio, and the start talking. So what are the different things or what are the skills that are going to be important in the future of work or how work is changing?
So the video, I don't know why the audio from that particular audio is not very audible. So what happens at that particular point is that okay, the speakers answer your questions based on the information that they have available, the source that. So it's just think about it that having a debate, asking questions, gaining more clarity with respect to the information that is present there. Let me see if I'm able to show you one of the other videos. Okay, just the style with respect to that. Okay, how Notebook LM videos look like. Okay. So this is a 5-minute video. I'm just
Well,
going to
pretty
show
much
you
everything. But what
few.
happens when it gets into our schools, into the very core of how we learn? Today, we're diving into how AI could completely reshape education. Not a small slip, that's a huge step backward. And as if that wasn't bad enough, you've got this number to deal with, 44 million. That's the estimated about this idea from learning science called the zone of
So this is how, or this is what Notebook LM is able to. This is what the possibilities with a Notebook LM. This is what the possibilities with Notebook LM are. Let me know if there are any questions related to Notebook LM before I move on to the other platform. Any questions? Okay. The other one that I am going to show you is 1 minute. So if you're somebody who wants to create visuals and who's looking for, okay, how is it that I can do that? Okay, stop sharing 1 minute. Okay, here you go. Okay. This is Napkin. This is Napkin AI. Again, I think so, very underrated tool, and but does an amazing job with respect to things that are what it's able to do. It is freemium. Earlier, when it was launched, it was in the beta version, it was free, but now there is certain pricing. I think so. You have 500 AI credits per month on your account that you are able to use. You're able to generate amazing visuals with Napkin AI. Now, once you have signed in, um, what happens is now you have this is because this was an earlier document that I was working with. This is what you will have opened up, or for example, I can. Um, so what it's going to do is that, okay, get napkin for free, how it works, all of that information basically is present. Now you can draft with AI as well, but again, because I don't want to utilize all of my AI credits here, I won't do that. You can start off with the blank napkin as well. Now, for example, I click and then it's creating a new napkin for me. And I can write any information there. But just because at the moment I would want to work with already the information that I have present, that is where I'm going ahead with. You can actually upload any information as well. You can import a file that is that can be in all of these formats. Now you're a visual learner, or you have the insights that you want to work with, but you want to generate visuals in your life, and you want an AI platform to do that for you, that are consistent in style, that is able to give you accurately the type of information that you're looking for. The napkin is the site. The napkin is a platform for you. Now, what it does is once you're clicking something, now, for example, I'm clicking this, you can, again, you can do all of those things, but where the magic actually is within this part. You click it, it is going to, because I've selected this specific information, I'm going to click generate the visuals for me. Now it's looking at the information, and based on that information, look, it is going to generate the visuals for me. Now I can select from within this that, okay, if this is what I want, I'm looking for, and it actually supports different other formats, and it can support different other formats as well. Now I'm looking for a hierarchy, I'm looking for something that's more narrative based, it can give me that. But let's just go ahead at the moment with this information, because if you see that, okay, I had, and even within that, it is giving me, do I like the colors? Do I want to select any of the different other styles within the same, any of the different color combinations? within the same style that is present, I am going to select. Okay. Now, not only that, what it is going to do is that once you click it, you can also add in additional points as well, that if you have added any, you can change the colors. You can maybe go ahead with this, a different color, but then if you want to add some custom colors, that may not be possible. So there are different styles that it is going to support. With respect to the lining, if you want to change any, you can open the if you're opening the group up and you want to go ahead with individual and work on individual groups, that is also there. Now you click back, you can also export it. This is where you, if you want to put in information, for example, or or a visual in your documents, you're able to do that. You can export it. It can be a PNG, SVG file, a PDF, or a PPT. Again, if you're in the free version, the napkin logo is going to come alongside. You want which color mode do you want the background on and off, and what kind of resolution is it that you're looking for, and you just the information, or you just download the text that is there. Not only that, you can also sync the visual with the text. You can change the branding. Now, if you're working for a certain brand, or if you have a brand and that brand has specific colors, you're working with maybe you're working on creating a pitch deck or maybe some a blog post for your company, and they want the visuals to be in a certain color, you can add in colors for your brand kit here as well. Add a new brand kit. You can use some built-in styles here. Again, up to you how you want to go ahead with that. Aspect ratio can also be changed. And again, the layout, it also tells you what the layout ID is, what the visual ID for the text that is present there. Now, also within the text, you can change in any information you want to. For example, if I don't like the logo, and I'm like, okay, I want to change the visuals, and I come back, I can substitute it to maybe this one. And I come back again. I'm here and I'm like, okay, not only do I want to change the color, okay, the other colors won't show here. I want to change the shape, maybe, want to make it more, and I want to change again the logo that is there. Not the logo, sorry, the visual that is there. So there is a possibility again for that. So again, let me show you with this one as well. The only thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to select the information. I'm going to click generate visual, and it is going to generate the visual for me. I would have the option with respect to again what type of visual I would require, what type of visual it would look good with it. I want to go ahead with this one. Okay, let's go ahead with maybe this one. Once I have selected it, and it gives me more options as well. Let's see what are the other styles that are present there. Okay, this one was doable. Okay. Once I've selected that, it's going to give me the within that particular style, what color variations, what options within the style are, what options within the style are doable and possible. Again, you want a different look, go back towards your brand studio and select the colors, and you can select the colors from there. Again, we can do the same thing. We can spark search and then see that, okay, I don't like something and I want to search for any other information. I can also do that. I want to change this one to this, as I showcased earlier. That is also there. Again, when you change in any information from here as well, you can make those effective changes. You can make those changes here too. So this is what Napkin AI can do for you. Not only that, I'm going to show you earlier before starting off with this session, what I did. I had a Google report, AI and the Future of Learning in PDF form. and I imported it here. Now, if you're reading a research paper, you're more of a visual learner, and you want to figure out how is it that what is it that certain chunk of information means, not the whole text. Because if you want to if you want to create a mind map for the whole text, then Notebook LM is the space for you. But if you're looking for some specific chunk of information, now, for example, I am going to create or generate a visual with respect to the abstract that was of that report. Now, see what is the information that it gives me. That okay, then the 3 pointers that are there, I'm waiting for what are the different AI suggestions that it gives me. I'm going to maybe go ahead with this one. Again, there are multiple styles. It doesn't stick with this one. And I am going to go ahead with this particular style, this one. Again, you can change in any information. You can change the color of, you can change colors. You can change the aspect ratio. That okay, what is there? You can, once you update any of the information here and then you just click refresh, it updates the information. You can change the branding. You can export information as well. So let me know if you have any questions still yet. What are the different things? And out of these two, what are the different ones that you feel like, okay, you will be using more, and where is it that you can use it in your research process? Or while you're working on any other aspects as well. Yeah, I had a question here. Thank you so much, Muzda. I think so that's how your name is pronounced. How can we further develop our critical thinking skills while using AI tools so we don't become overly reliant on them during the research process? Now, one of the things is keep writing along the way. Writing is the very act of thinking. You find any information, you find any insight, write those things along the way. Ask yourself that, okay, what does that information mean? How do I connect the information with what do I already know? It's all about, look, technology is, again, any technology that is there is all about how we use it. If we use it in a way that helps us amplify our work, that's one use. But if we are going to overly rely on anything, we are definitely losing our thought process along the way. Cognitive offloading definitely is one of the negative impacts that is present there. And there is an MIT report as well, which showcases that when you are using AI without putting any critical thought within it, your mind doesn't work, new neural connections aren't there, you are not learning anything new. So maybe for yourself, you can say, okay, during just maybe the drafting part, or I am looking for literature review, I'll use it there. But I'm going to write it myself, regardless of how things are going to go. Let me read the information. Because if we are not going to get into the habit of reading information, we won't be able to develop those deeper critical insights. So for the first reading, do the first reading yourself, maybe for a deeper understanding of what that reading means. Go ahead and then put it in Notebook LM or any other platforms, and then see what it is basically doing. So for me, this is what the research process is going to be. The research process basically is going to be all about. That it is all about how we use it is all about how we use within the work. Because if we are going to go to AI, and this is for anybody, for any process, as a teacher, as a researcher, if we are going to again put up all of our work there, then it is definitely not going to help us then it's not going to help us develop our insights in any way. So would definitely suggest that make it a point for yourself that, okay, I may use it, for example, when I talked about the prompting process, that, okay, within that, maybe figuring out what area you would like to work with. Now, from there onwards, when you have to do the readings, uh, download those, get those printed, highlight those, because yes, once you highlight what you're writing, once you're annotating, there is definitely power there, because that is where you're actively engaging with the text, because reading isn't just passive reading. It is how you're actively engaging with the information that is present there. So even right now, even with so many AI tools available, I always do get a printout. I write things down. Even on my books, I tend to annotate, because I believe that's where I'm going to remember the information more. Because now it's not about whether I'm able to find the right information or not. I have the right information at my hand. Am I able to figure out what that right information means? So this is where we can figure how. Yeah, Dr. Maheen has raised this question that, okay, how could using napkin and notebook LM make your work and studies easier? Which task in your daily work could definitely be improved by these AI tools? Do let me know about that as well. Notebook LM definitely helps me. If I have if I'm doing a certain reading, want to get to know what are the deeper insights within a report, or if I have some raw data available, I want to figure out what that raw data basically means. I'm going to put that raw data in and then see, okay, what is it that I can do? What challenges, again, your information within Notebook LM is as good as the source that you give it. If you're not going to give it a source that has good information in it, then it's going to showcase in your results. So with Notebook LM, it's the quality of your sources. If your sources provide good quality information, or even with deep research, you're picking up good quality information, then it can work out for you. If you're not picking up good quality information, then it's going to showcase in the answers that it gives you. One more tip for students is that if you have a book, I would suggest that you break down the chapters within the PDF, upload it chapter by chapter. The reason for that is that if you want to learn for yourself something, and then you want to go chapter by chapter, that okay, how good your understanding is, then just within the source, then just select chapter number one, create the flashcards there, create your quiz there. If you would have the whole book uploaded, if you have the whole book uploaded as one whole book, not divided as individualized chapters, then you may not be able to do that. And again, I feel like when it has smaller amount of information, you are able to do better there. And again, with any platform, it keeps on changing. There are always updates taking place. Within the last couple of weeks, Notebook LM has had amazing updates come in. So always keep on checking out how it's working out for you. What are the things that you would like to work on next? You have gotten some surveys conducted, because I know you guys are, a lot of you are working on your research projects at the moment. We're conducting surveys. You have certain insights at your end. What would you like to do there? So this is where definitely Notebook LM comes in, the Notebook LM. And then once you've gathered insights, you can design amazing visuals for your insights in Napkin AI. Any other questions? Would love to hear and understand how things went. Any other thing that you would want any upcoming sessions or for me to look into, that okay, this is something that we can definitely work towards.
I would like to thank you, Miss Sana,
You're
because
welcome,
these have
madam.
been
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me for these sessions.
because these 3 days have been most informational and most useful, and I have learned so much more from you than I thought I know these tools already, but when I saw your sessions, I was like, okay, there is so much more and new updates that I have not seen. So thank you once again. Does anyone have any question? Or I'll close this session. I don't think so. There is any question. So
I
thank
think
you, everyone. This brings us to end of our 3-day AI and research series. It's been a packed and generally productive set of sessions across these days. We have explored from prompting to AI driven literature review, and today's focus was on organizing and shaping insights with tools like Notebook LM and Napkin AI. I want to thank Ms. Sana for her clarity, generosity, and depth across all three sessions, and all of you for showing us asking the thoughtful questions and engaging with the work. We'll continue building on this foundation in the upcoming mentorship sessions. Until then, take time to apply what you have learned, experiment with the tools, and keep your research practice evolving. Thank you for being part of this series.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And it was great to be here. And it was great to showcase and share what I know with all of you. It's always a pleasure to be part of the Women Extension mentorship series because there's a lot to share here. That okay, what is it? What else is it that we can do? And I get so many ideas with respect to okay, when I come back next time around, what is it that I can talk about? What is it that I can talk about next? Looking forward to coming back soon and sharing some more insights with all of you. Again, thank you so very much for inviting me for these sessions and for being an amazing audience. Take care, everybody, and see you guys soon.
Thank you, Ms. Sana. Thank you, everyone.